Welcome to Saugus High Inside Edition. Today, as my guest, I have Kevin Majori here today.
How's it going?
Pretty well, Kevin. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Now for today's X2 announcements. Needs Improvement will present a Gobble Gobble Improv on Tuesday, November 22nd at 7:30 and a Very Merry Improv on Friday, December 16th at 7:30 p.m. The Fine Arts Department will present a holiday concert on Wednesdays, December 14th at 7 o'clock. The band, chorus, and quartet will perform. There is still time to sign up for the trip this April to Greece, Italy, and Spain. These trips are very fun and extremely educational. If you ever want to be able to practice Spanish or Italian in a native setting or try out some authentic Italian cuisine, this trip is for you. Or you could just go to Porcari's. Tickets are now on sale for this year's Winter Ball. This ball will be held at Anthony's of Malden on December 2nd from 6 to 10 p.m. Tickets are $65 and will be on sale at all 3 lunches. Juniors can purchase tickets starting this week as long as all class dues are up to date. Seniors and sophomores can purchase tickets starting November 14th. If you have any questions, please see Ms. Topham or Ms. Sisson. Seniors, please check to see if the yearbook class has received your senior bio. There are lists posted on Mr. Webb's door and in the cafeteria on the senior display case. Freshman girls wanting to take place in Powder Puff, please meet in Mr. Lavoie's room today after school. Kevin, you wanted to do Powder Puff Girls, right?
I did.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know if I can, though.
Yep. I don't think you can either. Any student who plans on playing a winter sport must submit their paperwork as soon as possible to Mr. Nelson. Paperwork will not be accepted after November 22nd for you tryouts or practice on the first day, which is the Monday after Thanksgiving. The open mic night was extremely successful last week. Just thought I should note that. On Monday, November 14th, there will be a mandatory meeting for anyone interested in playing freshman, JV, or varsity baseball in the spring. The meeting will be in room CO3 at SHS and will start at 7 p.m. sharp. Today's agenda report is attendance for military connected students policy. Saugus Public Schools has adopted a policy for military connected students. It permits a student whose parent or legal guardian has been called to duty for, is on leave from, or immediately returned from deployment to a combat zone or combat supported posting to be granted additional excused absences at the discretion of the superintendent or designee. This week's lunch is on Monday, appetizer day, buffalo wings, pizza sticks, cheesy fries, marinara sauce, and mixed baby green salad. Tuesday has chicken ziti and broccoli with garlic, let me finish, and oil. Wednesday, it's looking like Monte Cristo, Texas toast dipped in egg batter with ham, turkey, and cheese, potato wedges, and chilled fruit. Thursday is looking kind of like breakfast for lunch, whole grain French toast sticks, potato puffs, warm cinnamon apples. And Friday, it's Lazy Man's lasagna, baked ziti, mozzarella cheese, marinara sauce, eggplant parmesan, and on a whole wheat roll. Now to Bobby for the weather.
Thanks, Steve. So this week it's going to be a little bit of a mix-up from what we've been having lately. It's going to rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Not that much though, and it should be pretty warm. It might be a little bit humid because of the warm weather and the rain. But after that, for the rest of the week, it's going to be pretty sunny on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Not as warm though. It's probably going to be mid-50s, but definitely not as warm as Tuesday and Wednesday. But other than that, we got a pretty good week ahead of us. So thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Bobby. As usual, you can't do your job for the weather. And now, teacher interviews with the class.
Why did you start teaching?
I started teaching mainly because it runs in the blood of my family. My dad's a principal. My mom is an elementary art teacher now, high school art teacher previously. My aunts retired teacher she's been teaching 30 years. She recently retired. My cousin's a teacher. Both cousins are teachers. That's just what my family does, and I couldn't really find anything outside the teaching realm that I would enjoy. My dad tried to push me into engineering. I went to colleges, looked at their engineering program, decided
you like teaching?
It wasn't for me. Yeah, I like teaching. I like being in the classroom, the fact that it's never, every day, no day is boring. There's always something or some student or something happens in the classroom that you got to be ready for, you got to roll with, and the different personalities that you can deal with. I know that it's a profession for me.
Why did you choose Saugus?
Basically because they, it was the first school that said, hey, we want you to be here. After college, I went passed out my resume and everything like that. I went to a career job fair, education job fair, hundreds of high schools and whatnot looking for teachers. I passed my resume around to everybody, and they were the first one that said, hey, gave me a call, and right after they interview, they gave me the job, and I said, economy's bad, I need it, so I jumped at it.
What was your favorite subject in high school?
My favorite subject in high school, obviously math. What came easy to me. I skated through that. I would say the most interesting subject to me, though, would probably be physics.
Which still has a lot of math in it.
It still has a lot of math in it, but because of the way of thinking that you had to go through, it was challenging for me to see or to grasp those concepts, and I couldn't, the idea of gravity, and you can't see gravity, but it's still here. And the idea that there, this constant of whatever gravitational pull, it's there, you can't see it, but we still have to deal with it, centripetal force. It just happens. You can feel it when it does happen, but you still can't see it. But the whole thing about why it happens and all that, it just was something that, it still dealt with math, but it really challenged me to look, to look that way,
How do you get along with your coworkers?
Oh, I think we get along great. I think, and from talking to other friends outside of Saugus, and I tell them, about working here at Saugus and the camaraderie that we have, not just in the department of math, but school-wide. They say, man, I wish I had that at my school. They said people show up at their school, they show up, they teach, they go home. Here at Saugus, we not only have built a co-worker relationship, but also more of a friend outside of school relationship. And I've built that with a lot of the teachers throughout the years I've been here. So it's been great.
What college did you attend?
I attended Emmanuel College, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. It's right 2-3 blocks from Fenway Park. And it was a great experience for me.
Did you know you wanted to go there, or was it kind of a last-second choice?
For me, it was kind of a last-second choice. I think that I was visiting colleges, like I said, for engineering and whatnot, and I visited, didn't like them. Then I went into decided the education field. I went out to visit some colleges, and it really was, I really had to decide which college was the right fit for me. I looked at East Stroudsburg, I looked at Youngstown State, I looked at West Virginia University, I looked at University of Pittsburgh, and just all those schools, there was just something about it that I didn't like. And that's, But when I came to Emmanuel, it was, the campus was nice, the city was right there, it had everything that I kind of wanted to experience, and it was the furthest possible school from my parents, so that was, that was a bonus. I don't, being on my own, so.
Do you bring or buy lunch?
Most of the time I try to bring my lunch. I would say it's 75-25. 75% of the time I bring my lunch, 25% I buy. It happens to be, bringing my lunch is a way to cut down on expenses, because it gets expensive if I buy lunch every single day here.
Same for students.
So.
Do you agree with the ID rule?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, it's not so much for the protection. It's mainly for the protection of the students. Is really what, and the people in the school. I mean, granted, I have 120 students, juniors and seniors. I have no freshmen. I have no idea who the freshmen are walking down the hall, and that's where it helps me if I see somebody with that idea. It's okay. I know they go here. I don't know the student. It's an 8th grader that might have come in, 9th grader. I have no freshmen whatsoever on my schedule. I at least still know, okay, that student belongs to Saugus High School. So it does. It helps.
Do you agree with Wikipedia?
No. I very rarely use Wikipedia. It's a source that people can make something up and put it on there that, and granted it's edited, but you don't catch everything. I mean, I wonder if there's a Wikipedia page about me.
Could be.
Could be. I don't know, because I've never looked it up, but you could put things on there that aren't necessarily true, or things that are skewed towards not being true, and it's not a good resource.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
Dog person. I hate cats.
Why?
There's no what good is a cat? What do they don't?
I'm a dog person too.
What? Because they can fall from a tree and still land on their feet? That makes them a good pet? No, you can't play fetch with a cat. You can't. It's just they're nothing. They don't do anything.
Yeah. And finally, what's your favorite sport?
I would have to say that my favorite sport is baseball. My family is a huge baseball family. More so than all the other sports, and it basically goes back to when my mom would take us to the park. And it was when we were growing up. That was like a family outing, and granted, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so the Pirates are our team, and we would go to the stadium. It would be a very inexpensive ticket to buy. We'd sit out in the outfield. They'd let us, at that time they'd let us bring in, a bag of food, drinks, whatever they didn't necessarily.
Yeah.
And we'd just go and we'd sit out in the outfield, have our sandwiches, whatnot in the middle of the day, have a day game and whatnot. And it was just, and that's what I remember so fondly about, growing up is, going down to the stadium, going in there with my family, my 2 older brothers, my younger sister, myself, my mom and dad, taking a family to the game like that gets expensive now. Back then it wasn't as expensive. Yeah. But it was an all-day thing, Hey, we're going to the game today. We'd all pile in the van and go to the game, And then I guess that's part of my dad. My dad's a big baseball fan, so, I would have to say that would be, my all-time favorite sport. Not that I don't like the other ones, but baseball has a special memory for me. So.
Today I'm speaking with Miss Miranda. Why did you start teaching?
Because I've always liked kids, and I've always loved languages, and I wanted to put the two things together.
Why did you choose Saugus?
Well, Saugus picked me. I applied in many schools, and Saugus was the first one to give me a job when I graduated from college, and I accepted.
What was your favorite subject in high school?
Geography. I love geography. I've always loved to travel and go different places. At that time when I was a teenager, the only way I could travel was through books. And I loved geography and going different places.
What college did you attend?
I went to Maynard College.
Are you a cat or dog person?
Neither.
Neither?
Do you like the ID rule?
Yes. I think everybody should be accountable, and I think everybody should follow the rules. Yes.
Do you have like more likes about it or like dislikes?
I like it. I think it's a way to identify everyone that's in the building and everyone that should be here. I like it.
Wow, class, that was wonderful. Now to birthdays with Streddy.
This week's birthday shoutouts go to Daniela Gioso, Nicole Michella, Alexa Benedictus, Amanda Dakova, Kayla Sereno, John Sheehan, Ariana Sakari, Jeffrey Risconi, Samantha Wigman, Sean Downey, and Alondra Gonzalez. Happy birthday.
Woo! Thank you, Mr. Stretton. That was birthday-tastic. Now to Gabby Cogliano for an administrative report.
Hi, I'm Gabby Cogliano, and today we're going to take a look inside Saugus High with our administration.
So Mentor Room, when we started Mentor Room, was that the purpose of Mentor Room was to build a relationship between students and faculty. So we had, around 14 kids in each Mentor Room. So we were looking for a program that would help develop character. And so we gave the Character Pyramid of Success program that's through the agenda book. And it has all kinds of activities for you to talk about being a better person, having goals, having objectives, and being part of school spirit. So it's a whole pyramid that a former basketball coach, John Wooden, put together that he used with his things, not for success in the basketball court, but for success in life and to get kids to do a better job. So each member of the school has that, and they have lesson plans so they can discuss with you and have something to discuss with you how to make the school better, make themselves better, and there's videos that go with it that they'll show you to explain it.
Thank you to Mr. Diori for taking time to talk to us about this topic. We will be trying to talk to other administrators each show to keep you updated on the inside scoop here at Saugus High.
Thanks, Gabby. That was wonderful. Now to Kevin with the sports.
Well, thanks, Steve. Well, there's only one fall sport left, and it's football. They have one game left this year, and it's the Thanksgiving game against Peabody. It's at home, so try and get there if you can. And congratulations to the rest of the fall sports teams out there, and good luck to all the winter sports teams. And their season's coming up starting after Thanksgiving. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you. Well, now to my favorite part of the show, questions of the week. This week we have 3 questions. The first one is, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
Ooh.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? I'd film a TV show. And the third question is, magnets. How do they work? Well, the Earth is made by a magnetic field which renders some metals attractive and opposive towards other certain ends. So that's how that question is answered. Now for this TV show to keep getting questions from you, you guys need to send them to this address right here, or you can put them in the mailbox in Mr. Webb's door. This concludes Saugus High Inside Edition.